Hello folks, this is Solo speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This is taken from a ranked game, one of the ranked placement matches that I'm doing, and it's going to be featuring a team composition made up of Bruisers with a Varus carry. Since the last time that I posted a video, there has been a very small patch that was released. This game patches like crazy, but even though it was a small patch, it ended up being a pretty significant one. They released the Nami micro patch, is what they called it, that basically had some nerfs to Nami and to Vlad and also to Varus, which is the unit I'm going to be playing in this game. So basically on the release version of Set 7, the initial version, it turned out that the Astral trait was a little bit overtuned, and in particular, people were playing through Nami in particular in the early game, Nami plus mages. And they were just itemizing Nami as a carry, which is not what Nami was intended to do. She's supposed to be like a support unit. But people were just putting all their like AP carry items on Nami. And the other teams were you were basically guaranteed to be able to 3-star the unit because of Astral trait. Astral, every 5 shops you get an Astral shop. So it was like almost impossible not to 3-star the unit. And then Nami was just doing like insane damage. So they hit that unit. Mages are in a better position. That mages seem to be in a much more balanced state. And overall, the game is relatively balanced, at least particularly for the release version. I'm not sure if there's going to be another patch, a B patch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I would not be surprised because they patched this game so much. But in any case, yeah, so that's why you will not be seeing as much people playing Nami and stuff like that. All right, so as far as this game goes, well, what has arisen in the aftermath of Mages? Well, we're still kind of trying to figure that out, but I've been, we've had enough days since the micro patch came out to start to get a sense for what's strong and what's not. And one of the things that's really clear on the data is that Bruisers are just overperforming by like a lot. That Bruisers are really, really strong right now. And that's what I've been trying to run in my games, just to try to test them out. Just like play Bruisers every game, that they feel really good. I'll talk more about that in a second. All right, so get these different options here. Earth's Grab Bag is often really good to take, but the comp I'm playing is not one that really wants spatulas, so I decided to pass on that. I'm going to go for combat training instead. Your units permanently gain attack damage every time they kill an enemy. They start with +5 AD, and then they get a permanent +1 every time they kill a unit. So this is useful if you're going to have some units in your team the entire game. Obviously, it's for an AD team composition. It's not good for an AP team composition. But the big thing that I hit was on that third minion round, I had a Varus drop, and that immediately set the tone for where I was going to go with this game. The Varus, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I'm going to play Varus plus Bruisers. So this is a team composition that was popular before that little Nami micro patch came out. It was basically you run Bruisers for frontline. In particular, you run the Skarner plus Ilaoi, because they're both Astral units. And then you add Varus, and that gets you to Astral 3, so you start seeing the Astral shops. And the idea is you 3-star Skarner, you 3-star Ilaoi, you 3-star Varus. And then Varus is like the carry unit you play through, and then you fill out the rest of the team composition with some additional Bruisers to play 4 Bruiser frontline, and then additional Swiftshot. So normally the composition plays 4 Swiftshot. So it's basically like 4 Swiftshot, 4 Bruiser, and then like you fill the comp out with other complementary units from there. But that's kind of like the core of it. It's a very easy team composition to play. Like I put these items on Tom Kench for now, and then they'll just get transferred over to someone else later. They can go into like Ornn or Ilaoi later on. Oh, look at this, by the way. I get 2 Namis in the store. So why I was holding the Nami there was so that I could play Nami for Astral shops. But since I've hit the Nami 2-star right away, I'm going to go ahead and play Nami over the over the Ezreal for right now, because I want those Astral shops to start coming in. And 2-star Nami is going to be pretty strong here, even after she was nerfed. She's, a 2-star 2-cost unit on stage 2-2. It's a lot of 2s there. A 2-star 2-cost unit on stage 2-2. Is going to be reasonably strong for this point in time in the game. I also am benefiting from that combat training because I have a Varus in my board immediately. Varus will start stacking up that combat training. So every time Varus kills a unit, it's going to be +1 AD. There is a little graphic that shows which unit is getting it. It's like a little red spirit that like flies off the units when they die. Also, I got some nice positioning this round because I saw that there was someone who had the cane who was going to jump in the back lines. And so I made sure that Nami was there to tank that damage, so it did not go on Varus. And you can see how much you've gained. I think that Varus has killed 1 unit so far. He has not killed a lot of units. Most of the kills have actually been going to Nami, and then the Ezreal when I had that in there. So I'm going to play the Ezreal on level up. That'll get me 3 Astral, 2 Bruiser, 2 Swiftshot, and that's going to be pretty solid opener here. And then we'll just fill out the comp with more Bruisers and go from there. So to get back to my point about Bruisers, Bruisers are just really strong right now in the data. Right now, the average placement of Bruisers 4, so that's like the average finish. Bruisers 4 is grading out about the same as Cavalier 5, which is just crazy because Cavalier 5 requires you to get an emblem to pick up, whereas Bruisers 4 is like completely bog standard. Everybody expects you to be running this. So yeah, this shows that Cavaliers, at least in this version of the game, are severely undertuned. Like the numbers are just too weak. Cavalier frontline is very bad in this version of the game, and Bruisers are just too good. Like the Bruiser frontline is just way too strong. There are a number of units that are performing well. Shen's doing well. Ornn is doing spectacularly well. The frontline Bruiser, the Silas, was also performing exceptionally well, and then he was nerfed in the Nami micro patch. So yeah, a lot of these Bruisers doing really well, and so it feels as though like you just play Bruisers and just kind of go from there. And even if you don't win the lobby, it's pretty easy to top 4 from there. Well, we're on the second carousel, so I was looking for items from Varus here. I really want swords and bows. There are no swords here. There are no bows here. So I was like, I am going to take this spatula because it's a 3 gold spatula. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm sure I can do something with this spatula item long term. This is, as I said, not a team competition that really plays into spatula items. I'm looking here, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with any of these. Maybe I can use it for Mage Emblem down the road. You know, I could always turn somebody into a mage. There is also the possibility, like I could play Swiftshots and Bruisers like to start. And, you know, if I turn this into a mage captain, like maybe we go into one of the mage dragons in the late game. We could, you know, go into Ao Shin or Aurelion Sol, although Aurelion Sol is not performing very well in the data right now either. So, I mean, it just gives us options. And it was like 3 gold plus spatula. I feel like I have to pick this one up. It's honestly really shocking that as last pick I was able to get a spatula because they tend to be extremely popular here in this set, but for whatever reason, nobody wanted it, and like I would have taken a bow or a sword if it had been there, but neither one of those was there, so it was like, do I want a Thief's Glove or do I want a spatula? It's like a lottery. Maybe I can even find another spatula later on this game. I figured it was better just to take the spatula, because even if I don't use it, I got 3 gold off the carousel there, which is pretty nice for accelerating economy. Alright, so we're going to win that round as well. That one was pretty close, but the Swiftshots clutch it out. Look at Ezreal, he's plus 9 damage. That means Ezreal has killed 4 units. Remember, you get 5 damage for free. Oh, and there's another Varus. That's looking good. So I've got 2 2-star units and then 3 pairs on my bench. So I'm feeling pretty good. I should have good odds, especially with the Astral Shops. The odds to 2-star the Skarner and the Varus are very, very high. So hopefully I'll be able to hit them, but it would be it's almost impossible for me not to hit 2-star Varus just with the Astral Shops. But hopefully I'll be able to 3-star the unit later on as well. So I'll just be holding on to those units. I want to 3-star the Varus and the Skarner, and then I can make a play for Alawi because Alawi is also an Astral unit. At some point, Tahm Kench will come out of this team composition. But for right now, Tahm Kench with a Gargoyle Stoneplate feels pretty tanky. All right, now there was someone on this board, I don't know, I was doing some scouting there, but there was someone in this game who had just gone to level 6 right before this round. So I was like, oh, please don't let me hit them. It was like 1 in 3 odds that I would hit them, but I get super duper lucky. Instead of hitting the person who's level 6, I think it's that person's Singularity, I believe is the level 6 player. Yeah, they're already level 6. I hit the person who's level 4 in Deliberate Lost Streaking, and that's just pure RNG. I was like one-third odds I'd hit them, 1/3 odds I'd hit the level 6 player, 1/3 odds I'd hit the other random person in the lobby. So that was very good news for me. That means I'm going to be able to extend this win streak out to a full 5 rounds, and that'll be worth extra income right here. And it really is significant being able to carry that win streak through. So I was lucky in that I don't hit the strong player and I hit the weak player. Okay, so now we've got more potential item components or gold dropping here. I don't know if killing the minions gives you combat training. I'm honestly not sure. Let's see if we get the little graphic for killing these. I don't believe you do. I'm just gonna watch and see when the Krugs go by. This is a new augment for this. No, it does not. Ezreal killed one of them. You do not get plus AD for killing the minions. So I'm also going to get a Shen here, which is nice because I do not mind playing Shen. I'm planning on playing this unit too for additional Bruisers. And then, oh, look at this. I get the Astral Shot. We've hit Varus 2-star already. I get 3 gold from that, which is really nice. A little bit of extra economy as well. So I 100% want to put this bow on Varus. I'd like to make a Rage Blade on him down the road. And then I was thinking, like, do I want to make a Hand of Justice? It's not one of the core items on Varus, but then I was like, I don't know how I'm ever going to use this tier, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So now I'm going to sell the Nami, I'm going to play the Shen, and I'm going to play the Alawi, because that gets me to 4 Bruiser, and that's going to maintain Astral and maintain Swiftshot. So I'm up against the level 6 player, so I was like, all right, well, I think this is about as good as I can do as far as this round goes. I was able to get the 4 Bruiser in. I do think this is better than having Nami. It's true, all of my frontliners are 1-star, which is a little bit unfortunate. I think if any of them were 2-star, I'd feel a little bit better. And, like, this is a close fight. Look at this. We're trying to cut through the Skarner. Oh, I wish my units were 2-starred. Looks like it's not quite going to be enough. The 2-star Skarner with the Warmogs going to be a little bit stronger here. So I'm going to come up short. Can Varus get one more kill for combat training? Yes, he can. So I lose that round, but it was close. And note that person's down on 10 gold. So they're not exactly rich because they went to level 6 so early. All right, between these 3 options, it's always going to be weak spot. That'll give me some armor penetration, and it also gives me the heal cut, which is great because I did not build an early Sunfire. Right now, Sunfire Cape is seen as being one of the key items because a lot of the different traits in this set have healing built into them. Jade trait has a lot of inbuilt healing. Rage Wing has a lot of inbuilt healing. You get the idea. And the other reason is Morello's was over-nerfed at the end of set 6. Right at the end of set 6.5, I guess I should say. But right at the end of the set, they nerfed the item, over-nerfed it. I have no idea why they didn't just revert the nerf because it was a clear over-nerf. But with that being the case, if you can't get healing reduction from Morello's, people are going to look to get healing reduction elsewhere, and Sunfire is a really good place to get it. But because I have weak spot, that means I don't really need to pick that up. I have inbuilt healing reduction now for my unit's auto attacks, and I'll also get a little bit of additional armor penetration, which is nice because I'm not planning on building Last Whisper in this game. All right, so I am up against, what is this, another person playing Rage Wing. There's a lot of people playing Rage Wing in this lobby. I'm not sure that that's the greatest idea. Again, I hate to keep going back to the data, but Rage Wing as a trait is not exactly tearing it up. I think the reason why I'm seeing a lot of it is a lot of people are looking to play Set Reroll. That is playing Set, who's a 1-cost Rage Wing Dragonmancer unit, and then re-rolling that to try to 3-star it. It's not bad by any means. It's definitely something that can do well, but if multiple people are playing it in the same lobby, it's going to go poorly for them. And I think we had a couple different people that were looking to do that in this lobby, and so they were all kind of contesting one another on units, which, you know, if you're playing a re-roll team composition, it's honestly not great if there's multiple people who are all going for the same units. That always tends to be kind of a problem. All right, so for this game, I remember I said the core of this team is 4 Bruisers, 4 Swiftshots, and then relying on Astral Trait to try to 3-star some of the units like Varus and Skarner and Alawi. What have I not been seeing in my shops? You might have noticed I haven't really been seeing any Swiftshots other than the Varus. Now, I hit Varus 2-shot and Ezreal 2-shot, so I absolutely cannot complain. I've had very good luck in terms of what I've been seeing in this game. But I haven't been seeing Swiftshots. Like, I have not been seeing Ashe or Twitch or you know, the Xayah that I would really like to see. So I'm not getting them. So I was like, all right, well, you know, I'm still hoping to play 4 Swiftshot, but if I'm not going to see them, you know, maybe we can just play into more Bruisers instead. Maybe we can play into some utility units. You know, maybe I could look to play Lulu, Sona, Bard, or something like that. You can always play those units in combination for the late game. But with Bruisers being this strong, I'm kind of leaning towards just playing more Bruisers, honestly, because they're very strong right now, as I keep mentioning. Oh, by the way, the other person who's win streaking, the person who beat me, Singularity, they're also running combat training, so we're kind of duplicating one another in this game. Although that person's running Cannoneers, whereas I'm running Swiftshots, but we're pretty similar in terms of our setup. Like, we're both running these backline team compositions based on combat training. All right, well, look at what we got here. There's another spatula on this carousel. It's on a 1 gold champion. I was like, everybody let the spatula go through last time. Are they going to let the spatula go through again? Am I going to take 2 spatulas with last pick? Well, yes, I am. So it looks like going for that previous one pays off enormously because now I've got the Force of Nature or whatever the item's called now. I know they've changed the name. Tactician's Crown is now the official name. So, okay, we'll just play another unit. That works for me. So I'll go ahead and do this. And I was like, I will toss in an Olaf. I think that's the best I can do here. I actually would like to play a Tempest unit to get Tempest trade in, but I don't have one of them because I was not expecting to make the Tactician's Crown right there. So we'll just play +1 unit. I mean, that's nice. So that turns this into definitely a high roll game. But I am not going to complain. I was last pick on both carousels. The entire lobby let me take 2 spatulas in a row. So, okay. Guess you guys didn't need it. I'll just go ahead and take that for myself. Thank you very much. All right, so we've got another round here. This is up against a Jade player. This is, again, where having weak spot is super duper nice because Jade comps tend to be all about that innate healing, but we have the ability to cut into that. So we are not going to have too much trouble making our way through this. And looks like we're just going to keep rolling along with that win streak. Bruiser trait, yeah, so now I have 5 Bruisers in because I have the Olaf. Again, if I can find another Bruiser, I certainly would stick them in here. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So I could level to 7 here, but I was like, is there anything I would really put in? I don't think so. So I'll just play the long game here. I think I'm in good shape. I don't think that going to 7 is going to do a whole lot for me here. So I'll just take my time. And if I lose this round, it's not that big of a deal. I'd rather keep winning, but it's not a huge deal. I'd rather save my money. All right, so yeah, you're seeing quite a few people playing these Ragewing based comps, going for Swain, going for Set. There's like, as I said, like 3 or 4 people in the lobby that were all going for that. All right, in this fight, this person's already gone to level 7. Note that I'm able to dodge the Set, jumping in the back lines. Because this is a ranked game, I'm trying to do my best to do lots of scouting, making sure that Varus is safe. I have put him in the corner. Because so many people are playing Ragewing, no one is playing Whispers, no one is playing Guardians. So I have not seen like any Threshes in this lobby whatsoever, so it's very safe to corner my unit. And I'm going to dodge the Assassin, and oh, Varus throws his ult at nothing. That's super sad. If he throws his ult at the Swain, we 100% win this fight, but instead he throws it at nothing, and I was like, yeah, that unit's got a Rage Blade, so that's going to win the fight. I mean, it's close. It's super duper close. We're only going to take 4 damage, but we do lose the fight, so oh well, is what it is. Now there's a Silas in the store, so now I can level to 7 and put in Silas for 6 Bruisers. If I had Silas in, then I 100% win that last fight because Bruisers 6 adds a pretty big benefit. You can see over on the interface, Bruisers 4 is 350 health, Bruisers 6 is 500 health. Everybody in the team gets that benefit, and Bruisers get double. So 6 Bruisers is 1,000 health on every Bruiser. I mean, that is a lot of extra HP. As I've mentioned, I suspect these numbers are going to get tuned down a little bit. Plus, they will probably look to start buffing some of the other units. By the way, this is a really nice minion drop here. I'm going to go ahead and get I'm going to get both a sword and a belt. Wow, I don't know why it was so hard to say that. So much for needing to play the Silas. Although I do think I end up dropping Olaf for the Silas here because I'm not really planning on playing Olaf in this lobby. I can't remember if I hold him or not. Oh well, we'll figure it out later. I do want to hold on to the Silas. And oh, I see what I do. I end up dropping the Tom Kench. That makes sense. So we'll play Olaf for right now, but we'll drop the Tom Kench. So this sword gives me some options. There's a lot of good items that Varus can make out of this. Deathblade is one of his better items. Infinity Edge is always going to be good on him. Could always make Giant Slayer as well. That's a possibility. With a number of people going for Dragonmancer and playing like the 3-star set with Dragonmancer trait, that means they have an awful lot of health. So Giant Slayer is good against that. And I think that those are most of the different... Oh, and the other option is I can make a Zeke's Herald if I want. I have the sword plus this belt. Normally belts you'd like to save for frontliners, but I'm playing Bruiser 6. I do not need more health. I get more than enough health from Bruiser 6. So there's really no need for me to look to like make a Warmogs or something, because I'm getting plenty of health from the trait. All right, last option here. Second Wind. After 10 seconds of combat, your units heal 75% of their missing health. This is a really good item to pair together with Bruisers, because what do Bruisers get? They get a ton of health. What does Second Wind do? Recovers 75% of your max HP. So it's going to be worth an awful lot of healing. Now I've also managed to find the Bruiser Dragon, Siphon. And it was around this point in time that I was like, you know, my plan going into this game was to play 4 Bruisers, 4 Swiftshots. I'm not finding the Swiftshots, but I am finding Bruisers. So what if we just play the Bruisers instead? Like, screw the Swiftshots. If we can 3-star Varus, he'll do enough damage. And we'll just run Siphon as our secondary carry in this game. So I'm like, you can see my past self moving the mouse around. I'm like, let's go to levels 8. I'm actually not level 8. I'm only level 7 here. It's throwing me off because I have the tactician's crown, so I can play the extra unit. But it's like, let's go to level 8. At level 8, we'll take out the Olaf, and then we'll play Siphon, and Siphon will become our secondary carry. Then I want to slow roll a bit at 8, not push to fast 9, slow roll a bit at 8, take advantage of those astral shops, see if we can 3-star the Varus, see if we can 3-star Skarner and Illaoi. And that's our win condition, is a 3-star Varus, together with 8 Bruisers and like a Siphon that's fully itemized as well. And even if that doesn't win the lobby, I feel like that will be pretty comfortable top 4. All right, now it looks like I'm going to lose here, but there's no damage in this comp. This comp's running the 3-star set. As soon as the set's gone, there's nothing left. Like, we just win pretty easily at that point. And hey, Varus, every time he does another round, he's still stacking up that combat training. He's probably killed about 20 units at this point in time. So yeah, we're in great shape. We're just kind of cruising here. I keep checking periodically to see if anyone's playing Thresh, but no one is playing Thresh in this lobby, so I can just corner the Varus. He's very, very safe, and we're just kind of rolling along here. As I said, I'm not too concerned about anyone else in this lobby. And if I drop a round or two, it's fine. Like, we're in great shape. We don't need to worry about ruining our econ. We can be patient here. We have 90 HP. I've lost 2 rounds the whole game. 90 HP. Now, what's disappointing is there's someone on 88 HP and someone on 80 HP. So, like, this lobby, there's 3 of us that are very clearly going to be probably the last 3 people in the lobby, unless someone goes on a really big winning streak. So, a lot of health to go through. This is not a game that's going to be over on like stage 5-3. It's clearly going to go to stage 6. So because of that, we can afford to be patient. And yeah, I mean, like, nobody's really touching Varus. I kind of like having the Hand of Justice on him. As I said, it's not one of his core items, but it's actually been pretty nice because it's just allowing him to sustain through chip damage in these fights. That plus the second win means he pretty much survives, and no one really has enough damage to get through my Bruiser frontline. By the way, there's yet another spatula here. Will people make the same mistake again and let a spatula get through? And the answer is no. Someone grabs it immediately. It's like, yeah, maybe you guys should have done that before, but I'm not complaining. You guys let me get this, so I'll certainly take it. All right, now I would love the rod here. That would be Rage Blade. I also would have taken the sword. That's gone as well. So out of these options, I'm going to take the bow. And now what this means is, I was like, all right, so I've got 2 bows here. I don't want Rapid Fire Cannon. I do want Rage Blade because I think it's really good to ramp up Varus in these fights. And the fights are always going to take a while because I have so many Bruisers in second win. So what we're going to do is we're going to make Giant Slayer, and then we'll go ahead and put this on, and we can force Rage Blade from the Treasure Dragon. We can force a rod from there. So my items are going to be Rage Blade plus Giant Slayer plus the Hand of Justice. Now here, I want to go level 8 so we can put Siphon in. So we're going to drop Olaf. Sorry, Olaf, you're just not core to this team composition. He actually was giving me Warrior trait, but Warrior is like irrelevant in this setup. And Olaf with no items is not really going to do all that much. I mean, I guess I could have played him over, what, Shen maybe? But no, I'd rather have Shen for his tankiness. I don't want to drop Skarner because I want the Astral Shops. I don't want to drop Illaoi. I want the Astral Shops. And I don't want to drop the Silas because he's giving me a rank of Whisper. And remember, Siphon is going to give me 3 ranks of Whisper trait. So yeah, now we've got kind of that armor shred and magic resistant shred, although my comp's mostly physical damage. So Siphon's going to be shredding people on the other side with Whispers, and that's just going to make it easier for Varus to do his thing. And we have so much health from Bruiser trait plus second win. I mean, like, my whole team's alive at the end of these fights. So yeah, let's go ahead, finish itemizing Varus. Let's see if we can find some more in the Astral Shops. And there's those Astral Shops for you. I get 2 more Varuses. Again, they probably need to tone down his numbers a little bit further because it's very easy to 3-star him thanks to the Astral Shops. So until they do that, though, I would suggest continuing to take advantage of him. Just like people were taking advantage of Nami before her numbers were hit. By the time this video gets posted, maybe people will be more aware of how strong this team composition. But as I'm recording this, which is over the weekend before you guys will see this video posted, this comp is not that contested. Just running a whole bunch of Bruisers and then Swiftshot Varus. So yeah, just kind of going really, really well. And Siphon is going to be just fantastic for this team composition because it's going to give me another carry unit to play through. A unit that's going to be very difficult to kill. So I would love to get like a Titans on Siphon. I'd love to get a Bloodthirster or just something along those lines. I wouldn't mind tank items either. Like, I don't need Warmogs because he's got a bajillion health. But like Gargoyle Stoneplate, Bramble Vest, or Dragon's Cloak, all of these items would be good. By the way, look at this bizarre lobby. 90 health, 88 health, 80 health, and then everyone else is like about to die. All right, so I need a rod here. That's what I'm rolling for. And then I was like, oh, this is great. We've got a rod. We can use the sword plus our leftover belt to make a Zeke's. This is perfect. I've even got an item remover, although I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So Rage Blade for Varus. And let's go ahead and make a Zeke's. I don't know quite who I want to put that on. I think I decided to put it on Silas just for no particular reason because he's in the back lines here. I don't want it on a frontliner. Silas, of course, can be played up on the front lines because he's also a tank. But we'll just do this, and I want to make sure that I'm getting the attack speed on Siphon. I will put the... by the way, now I'm going to take advantage of my Astral Shops to reroll. Now we're up to 6 Varuses. And I'm going to try to take my time and see if I can 3-star the Varus using my Astral Shops. Again, I don't need to go 9 automatically. 9 doesn't really do that much for me. My comp's kind of built out here. Like, what would I really put in? Just like some random unit, Yasuo or Bard or something. So like, let's be patient. Let's stay here on level 8 and keep rolling here and see if we can hit. We're up to 7 Varuses. So can again take our time. So I was like, well, I am on 7 Varuses. Do I just keep rolling to try to hit this? I was like, all right, well. And then I'm going to hit the... I don't get a Varus in that shop. I do get another Alawi. That's why Alawi's got the Zerat minions, because I have good odds of hitting. And then I was like, let's see if we can finish off the Siphon. So now I am being a little bit greedy and rolling down here, but I go ahead and hit the 2-star Siphon. And that's kind of what I was going for. And I also get to 8 Varuses. So I was like, okay. I think I keep rolling because I'm 1 off of Varus 3-star. And at that point, then maybe we can look to go level 9. So I guess I was not super patient there. But I was about to hit the top people in the lobby. Like, I'm up against Singularity. This person's win streaking. So it actually did make sense to go ahead and spend some gold there because I want to try to beat this person and end their win streak, put some pressure on the lobby. And, like, this fight's relatively close. Like, I don't think I win this without Siphon 2-star and Silas 2-star that I just hit. So I think it made sense to do that, knowing that I was about to hit the strongest people in the lobby. And there we go. All right, well, that was easy. Like I said, I think it's a little too easy to 3-star some of these units with Astral Trait. So now we've got 3-star Varus, and this unit's going to be pretty nice. Plus, he continues to stack up his combat training since I've had that augment from the beginning of the game. If you're curious about what Varus does, his ultimate chain of constellations, not chain of corruption as it normally is, he fires this out and it stuns the enemy it hits and then spreads out to 3 additional enemies. The stun goes up a little bit with the when he gets 3-starred. The magic damage also goes up when he gets 3-starred, but the main reason why you 3-star him is just to increase his base stats. So he has more health, and so his physical attacks deal more damage. He does actually provide quite a bit of CC. Like, if you're just watching there, he hits a frontline unit, and then the tendrils on the chain of constellations, excuse me, they spread out and actually hit the back line, which is really nice. So oftentimes that'll happen. He'll shoot the front line, and then he goes ahead and it passes through and hits the back line. It's also super nice having the Whisper Dragon in here, by the way, as we hit 6 Alawis, but Alawi 3-star is not so great that I'm going to roll for Alawi 3-star. I'm going to go to 9 and play some other unit. Having the Whisper Dragon, I know I mentioned this before, but it's super nice in the sense that I do get that armor and magic resistant shred on their auto attack, so that's also making things easier here. So I feel like this comp is very strong. It's certainly not unbeatable. If someone can get up to level 9 and start playing some of the top tier dragons, like if they have 2-star Shyvana in like a really tricked out Rage Bling comp, or if they have like 2-star Ao Shin and they've just got like awesome items, so he wipes the board on cast. Yeah, it's certainly beatable. But this does not cap out quite as high as some of the other team compositions, but it's certainly pretty good, and it does feel pretty reliable, at least right now when I'm not seeing a lot of other people playing this. I suspect people will catch on soon enough. But for the time being, as I said, just kind of tearing through these people. That fight was relatively close. But again, Varus still untouched. He has the Rage Blade, so he ramps up in these fights. Yeah, so just feeling pretty comfortable here. Now, there is a Swiftshot emblem on this carousel, so I could take this and play 4 Swiftshots at level 9. But I was like, no, that is not what I want. What I want is the Shroud of Stillness, because I don't want people shrouding me. So this is both so I get to shroud them and also a defensive measure so they don't get to shroud me. I mean, late game shrouds are just so good to have. So I am happily going to take this. And also, we're in the situation where right now there are exactly 4 of us in the lobby. When there's 4 of you in the lobby, it turns into a round robin. So like you will just go around in a circle hitting the same people. So it's like you hit person A, then you hit person B, then you hit person C, then you hit person A again. And that's been the case like for ages, even before they would show this on the interface. So I know exactly who I'm going to hit every single round. And so I can place this Shroud pretty much perfectly to hit their carries in each fight. So like I've got this Shroud, it's going to go ahead, it's going to nail the Corki, who's their main carry, and also the Jinx and the Lulu, so that's nice. This is also a situation where having that Giant Slayer is really nice. Remember, I am trying, in order to beat this person, I have to get through the Idis, which is like a super duper tank. But by having Giant Slayer, I'm going to get the additional damage bonus against that unit. And that's what makes this whole composition work. It's very common for people playing Corki to have an Idis for their front line. But the Giant Slayer allows me to cut through that. So that's one of the reasons why I did not mind itemizing that. I wasn't deliberately going for that item, but it presented itself, and it, like, based on what I had, it made a lot of sense to create that item, and it's going to work really well. It's also going to work against that Shioyu from the Jade person. Remember, Jade compositions have lots of healing. They get extra attack speed from being next to the Jade statues, but everybody has to stand next to the Jade statues to get the benefits. So what do Jade comps do? They naturally clump up. So like this person is limited in how much they can reposition here. So I'm going to get a great Shroud off yet again. And that's why I do think this was the most important item to take off the carousel. Like, I don't need additional damage from Swiftshot trade. I have enough damage. What's crucial is allowing me to, CC the entire enemy team, increase, 2/3 of the enemy team's mana cost by a huge amount. Plus, I've got Orin positioned perfectly, so he's hitting the whole enemy team with his Rams, whatever it is, Ram's Horn or whatever. So yeah, we win this round very, very easily and do 17 damage. So I'm just cruising here. This is what, 10 rounds in a row that I've won now? Okay. I also am getting some Skarners here. I don't really think I'm going to hit Skarner 3-star. So now we'll look to go level 9 and just put another unit in here, because my board's pretty capped. I mean, I guess I can get 3-star Alawi and 3-star Skarner, but it's like, 3-star Alawi would help, 3-star Skarner would not really do anything. I guess I'm technically on 6 Ezreals, but at level 8 I'm not going to be finding more Ezes. I also get a really nice item from this minion round. I'm going to get the Dragon's Claw, and this is going to be fantastic on Siphon. Siphon has so much health, thanks to Siphon having Bruiser 6 in, and I'm going to just be regenerating health at like a crazy rate, because the Dragon's Claw increases health regeneration based on how many units are targeting him. Plus, he's also going to get, what, like 200 magic resistance or whatever this is. Plus, I decide, you know what? Now that I've got this, let's go ahead and put the Gargoyle Stoneplate on Siphon. I don't really see how people kill Siphon at this stage of the game. Maybe if they are able to get past my front line. But I'm thinking that this is pretty comfortable. All right, so this person is going to reposition at the last second over to the left-hand side, but I'm on top of it. I now reposition Shen to hit Xayah with the Shroud, and Orin is well-positioned. Now Orin will hit Xayah with his ultimate, so hits it on the way out. Oh, didn't manage to get the second hit. For those who might not know, the Orin Ram, it's not just the knock-up on the second attack. The first attack also is a debuff to, I believe it's attack speed, to whatever gets hit on the way out. So this person actually gets pretty close against my board, but remember, Varus has healing, and Siphon is not even close to dying, but that was the person who did the best out of all the team compositions I've been up against. All right, so we're close to level 9. Let's go 9 and roll for something. So I was like, what do I play now? I was like, I'm kind of looking for either like a Yasuo or a Bard or something. I see Bards. I was like, all right, we'll just play this for right now. I mean, I could play Pyke, but I don't think I really need Pyke. And oh, there we go. There's the 3-star Alawi. So that's going to give me more value on the Zerat minion. So that's looking pretty nice. And now I just want to make sure I shroud the Corki again, get Ornn over in position to hit the Corki as well. And my board is pretty capped right now. I can't really get too much stronger than this. I guess I could play, as I said, like 2-star Bard or 2-star Yasuo or whatever. But as I said, I feel pretty capped. I think the ideal last unit is probably Yasuo, 2-star Yasuo, because Yasuo would get the Bruiser benefit from health, so he would be almost unkillable. And he would also put Warrior trait in play, which, again, doesn't do a whole lot, but a Yasuo that has like 3,000 health is just going to be a menace even without items, and maybe I could get, I don't know, a Thief's Glove or something to slap on him. So I'm just, looking for units here. There's another Bard, so we'll grab that. As I said, don't really have a ton to roll for at this stage of the game, so I'm just looking through here. There's a Yasuo, so I will pick this up. and we'll see what I hit. I think I keep Bard in for the time being. And, well, oh, this person actually does look like they're kind of strong. They just hit the 2-star Al Shin. So the big thing is, got to get that Shroud. Are they going to reposition to dodge the Shroud? I didn't see them move, so I'm going to hold in place. And no, they did not dodge the Shroud of Stillness. So that's really big. Remember, that Tempest Dragon has a humongous mana bar. I think the mana bar is 180 on Al Shin. So we just increased that mana cost enormously. Up, and there's Bard with the Bard CC, plus Orin's going to get the knockup. So this thing is going to cast, but I don't think it can wipe the board with me. Yeah, Bard got off another ult, so we're going to win this. And once again, it's positioning for the win. So we knocked that person out. We also won the Ghost round, and that's it. GG. So this is a lobby win on 90 health. Holy cow. Yeah, some of these games have been just so lopsided here at the start of the set. I don't know if it's people still learning the set or whatever, or maybe I've had good luck at building some of these boards, but I'll take it. That is another first place finish for these ranked place. And again, these are placement matches, so understood, but I did check these people after the game was over. Every single person in this game was in either Master or Diamond last time, so it's not like I'm hitting a bunch of scrubs here. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed watching this team composition. Yeah, Bruiser's pretty good right now, at least until they get nerfed, which will probably be like 2 days after you watch this. Anyway, have a great week. Take care. See you guys again soon.